Let's get right into it. Modern architecture is supposed to be sleek, functional, and Instagram worthy, but sometimes it's secretly plotting against you, from staircases that trip you up to buildings that mess with your head. Here are the hidden traps built into the structures you navigate every day. Buckle up for a countdown of design disasters that make you question whether architects are geniuses or just low-key sadists. Number 10. Glass walls that hate your face. Picture this. You're strutting through a fancy office lobby, feeling like you're in a sci-fi movie, when bam, you slam nose first into a crystal clear glass wall. Your brain didn't register it because, well, it's invisible. Architects love floor-to-ceiling glass for that open, airy vibe, but it's a psychological ambush. Your brain's spatial awareness relies on visual cues like edges or textures, and glass walls give you none of those. Studies on human perception show we're wired to spot solid barriers, not transparent ones, so your brain just assumes the path is clear. Spoiler, it's not. Add in a smudge-free polish job, and you're basically starring in a slapstick comedy. Some buildings even skip those little warning stickers. So good luck. The kicker. Architects know this happens. There's data from urban design studies showing glass collisions are a leading cause of minor injuries in modern buildings. Yet they keep building these face-smashing panes for aesthetics. Next time you're in a glassy office, channel your inner bird and proceed with caution. Your nose will thank you. Number 9. Open-plan offices that steal your soul. You walk into your trendy open-plan office, all exposed brick and minimalist desks, and think, wow, this is so collaborative. Then, 5 minutes later, you're ready to strangle Dave from accounting because his phone call about his kid's soccer game is louder than a jet engine. Open-plan offices are architectural darlings, but they're psychological torture chambers. Research from environmental psychology shows that constant noise and lack of privacy crank up your stress hormones like cortisol. Your brain craves quiet to focus, but these spaces are designed for interaction, not actual work. You're stuck hearing every sneeze, snack crunch, and keyboard clack, which fragments your attention span worse than a TikTok binge. Studies from the Journal of Environmental Psychology found workers in open-plan setups report 32% lower job satisfaction than those with private spaces. Architects claim it's about fostering teamwork. But let's be real, it's about cramming more people into less square footage. So, grab those noise-cancelling headphones, because your open-plan office is basically a corporate Thunderdome. Number 8. Revolving doors that judge your timing. You're approaching a shiny revolving door, feeling like you're about to make a grand entrance, when oops, you hesitate for a split second and now you're trapped in a glass hamster wheel, awkwardly shuffling with a stranger who's giving you side-eye. Revolving doors are architectural traps disguised as efficiency. They're supposed to save energy by reducing air exchange, but they're also a psychological gauntlet. Your brain has to calculate speed, spacing, and momentum in real time, like you're solving a math problem while being stared at. Studies on human movement patterns show that revolving doors mess with your natural gait, forcing you to overthink something as basic as walking. If you're too slow, you get stuck too fast. You're that weirdo power walking into the next compartment. And don't get me started on the anxiety of squeezing in with someone else. Your personal space is screaming, but the door doesn't care. Architects love these things for their elegance, but they're basically designed to make you feel like you flunked Door Navigation 101. Next time, pray for a side entrance, or you'll be starring in your own personal door-based sitcom. Number 7. Minimalist restrooms that gaslight you. You walk into a sleek, modern restroom, all white tiles and ambient lighting, and suddenly you're playing a detective game to find the faucet. Is it a sensor? A foot pedal? A secret button behind the mirror? Modern restroom design loves to hide basic functions in the name of clean aesthetics. This is psychological warfare. Your brain is wired for intuitive interactions. See a knob. Turn it. See a handle. Pull it. But minimalist designs strip away those cues, leaving you waving your hands like a stranded astronaut trying to signal for water. Environmental psychology research shows that unclear design increases cognitive load, making simple tasks feel like solving a Rubik's Cube. A 2019 study on user experience in public restrooms found that 68% of people felt frustrated by over-designed fixtures. Architects might think they're creating a spa-like vibe, but they're really just making you question your ability to wash your hands. Pro tip: if you're standing there looking like you're casting a spell to summon soap, just know the sink is probably laughing at you. Number 6. Escalators that mess with your balance. You step onto an escalator, ready for a smooth ride, but your brain decides it's time to audition for a drunk tightrope walker. You wobble, grab the handrail, and wonder why you're suddenly bad at standing. Escalators are architectural tricksters that exploit your brain's reliance on visual and vestibular cues. When you step on, your eyes see the steps moving, but your body hasn't caught up, creating a sensory mismatch that screams, "We're falling." This is called the broken escalator effect. In neuroscience, your brain overcompensates for expected motion, even when the escalator's stopped. Studies in the Journal of Experimental Psychology show this disconnect can throw off your balance for a split second, enough to make you look like you forgot how gravity works. Architects love escalators for moving crowds efficiently, but they don't warn you about the mini brain glitch they trigger. And those shiny metal steps, they're just slippery enough to make you paranoid. So, next time you ride one, brace yourself like you're boarding a spaceship, because your equilibrium is about to get roasted. Number 5. Brutalist buildings that depress your soul. You're walking through a city, and there it is. A massive concrete fortress that looks like it was designed by a grumpy Soviet robot. Welcome to Brutalist architecture. The style that says, "Joy. Never heard of it." These blocky, grey behemoths are psychological downers. Research in environmental psychology shows that humans crave natural elements like curves, greenery, or warm textures to feel calm. Brutalist buildings, with their harsh angles and cold surfaces, do the opposite, spiking your stress levels. A 2020 study found that people exposed to brutalist environments reported higher feelings of alienation and discomfort compared to those in softer, more organic designs. Architects claim brutalism is about honest materials, but let's be real. It's like they built a monument to your existential dread. The lack of color and human-scale details makes your brain feel like it's trapped in a dystopian novel. So, when you're dwarfed by a concrete slab that screams, "You are insignificant," just know it's not you, it's the building gaslighting your happiness. Number 4. Maze-like malls that trap your sanity. You're in a shiny new mall, hunting for a specific store, but every corner looks like the last, and you're starting to wonder if you're in a retail version of The Shining. Modern malls are designed to keep you wandering, and it's no accident. Architects and retail psychologists work together to create layouts that confuse your sense of direction, a tactic called disorientation by design. Your brain relies on landmarks and clear sightlines to navigate, but malls use repetitive decor, curved paths, and strategically placed escalators to throw you off. A 2018 study in the Journal of Consumer Research found that disoriented shoppers spend 20% more time and money because they're too lost to escape. Those bright lights and mirrored surfaces, they overload your brain's visual processing, making it harder to backtrack. And don't even try finding the exit, those are often tucked behind a pretzel stand like a secret level in a video game. Architects claim it's about flow, but it's really about keeping you trapped in a capitalist labyrinth. Next time you're circling the same Cinnabon, just accept it. The mall is winning, and you're its unwilling hamster. Number 3. Acoustic nightmares in public spaces. You're at a trendy restaurant, trying to have a conversation, but it's like shouting in a wind tunnel. The clinking glasses, echoing voices, and that one guy's laugh are turning your dinner into a sensory assault. Modern architecture loves hard surfaces, concrete floors, glass walls, high ceilings for that chic, industrial vibe, but they're acoustic disasters. Your brain processes sound through auditory filtering, which helps you focus on one voice in a crowd. But in echoey spaces, sound waves bounce like pinballs, overwhelming your brain's ability to sort signal from noise. A 2021 study in Building an Environment found that poorly designed acoustics in public spaces increase stress and reduce comprehension by up to 40%. Architects know this, yet they prioritize openness over your eardrums. Ever wonder why you leave some places feeling drained? It's your brain screaming. Make it stop. So, when you're yelling what? Over your artisanal burger, just know the building's design is basically gaslighting your ears. Number 2. Endless staircases that break your spirit. You're climbing a grand, spiraling staircase in some fancy museum or office building, feeling like you're in a movie until your legs start screaming and you realize you're only halfway up. Modern architecture loves dramatic staircases, but they're psychological and physical traps. Your brain estimates effort based on visual cues, like how far the steps stretch ahead. When staircases are long, curvy, or lack clear endpoints, they mess with your mental math, making the climb feel like a Sisyphean nightmare. Studies in environmental psychology show that poorly designed staircases, those without landings or visual breaks, spike your heart rate and perceived exhaustion more than regular ones. Architects adore these endless ascents for their grandeur, but they're basically forcing you to star in a cardio horror show. And don't get me started on those open riser designs where you can see the void below your brain's fear of falling kicks into overdrive. Even if you're not acrophobic, a 2017 study found that stair-related falls are a top architectural injury cause, yet designers keep prioritizing style over function. So, when you're gasping for air on step 47, just know the staircase is laughing at your suffering. Number 1. Fake natural light that fools your brain. You're in a swanky new building, basking in what feels like warm sunlight, only to realize it's just clever LED trickery. Modern architecture loves using artificial lighting to mimic natural daylight, but it's a psychological con job. Your brain's circadian rhythm relies on real sunlight spectrum to regulate mood and energy. Fake daylight, even if it looks convincing, lacks the full range of wavelengths, leaving you subtly off kilter. A 2022 study in the Journal of Neuroscience showed that prolonged exposure to artificial daylight can disrupt melatonin production, making you feel tired or moody without knowing why. Architects use these lights to make windowless spaces feel less like a dungeon, but it's like feeding your brain a diet soda version of sunshine. Over time, you might feel like you're stuck in a weird, low-energy limbo. So, next time you're in a glowing atrium wondering why you feel like a zombie, blame the lights, they're gaslighting your internal clock. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.